What up, peeps? Eric Lima here. You're watching my YouTube vlog, where sentimental thoughts come from the heart, mental oddball shenanigans come from the brain. It's EML77 TV, episode 679, as we are approaching what is to be my final week of being quarantined. As you know, Friday, I'm heading back to work. That's right, the mall is going to be open up this Friday, so I'm really excited about that. There'll be a lot of restrictions, though, in the meantime, in the between time as well. So that's going to be something to consider. So hopefully, unless I get a phone call from my boss saying otherwise, that's the way it is going to be. Because I know I'm going to be anticipating a lot of changes happening at work. We will see. We will see. So let's get right into it. Enough about that. You can hear about it on my last episode. Going back to the top lists, we're going to do some lists. I had some lists here on the EML77 TV docket I needed to get to, and I didn't do a whole lot because of all the craziness that's been going on. So what I'm going to try to do is now, I'm a kid of the 80s. I love the 80s when I was a kid growing up, and in a way, eBay and Amazon have been helping me keep back in touch with the 80s, and I'm thinking about, Now, I found out also that 80s tees can let you buy merchandise using your debit card. I'm like, I got an idea. I haven't bought any yet. I'm gonna hold off on that. So I'm trying to be smart about this for just a second. Check this out. So anyway, speaking of the 80s, so I love, like I said, 80s music is so cool, so awesome. And also there's 80s movies out there. I think the pollen's still acting up. Anyways, probably ate something in between. So, my personal top 10 favorite 80s movies. I've been wanting to do this for a while. Growing up watching these movies and all that, and most of them come out on DVD. All of them came out on DVD, but I didn't buy all of them out on DVD. I bought a majority of them out on DVD, and here they are. And let's go down the list, and I'll tell you why I like each one of them. Number 10, Batman. Batman has been a huge thing. I had not, this is the first time Batman ever came out in the movies or, came out on the screen, either big or small, since the 60s version of Batman starring the late, great Adam West, God rest his soul. This Batman starred Michael Keaton, and it delves into Batman's background, why he became Batman. So it was really cool to find that, the storyline, though, was really tragic. I mean, having an orphan who his parents was killed by a maniac, and you found out that maniac is actually the Joker, so it's like, wow. Kim Basinger was in it. Robert Wool, who's like the reporting partner of Basinger's character, Vicky Vale, who was a photographer. So, and Jack Nicholson, heck of a job being the Joker, and that's the thing that stood out. Jack Nicholson's performance as a Joker was pretty cool. So, kind of psychotic, but also a little bit of humor. That's how the Joker is. And so, I put Batman at number 10, though. Number 9, Rocky 4. Rocky 4 starring Sylvester Stallone, and two up-and-coming actors at that time would be Dolph Lundgren and Brigitte Nielsen. Nielsen was popular as Red Sonja, and so she got this role. And I do have to admit that I do have to admit, though, this was a very hard movie to watch because you got Carl Weathers in his last in the role that he played, the last appearance of Carl Weathers in the series as Apollo Creed, when Apollo Creed's character did an exhibition match against Dolph Lundgren's character Ivan Drago, and Drago completely knocked him out to the point where he killed him. He killed him in a boxing match. And it's almost started a political war between USA and Russia. Russia decided to Rocky wanted to do fight Ivan Drago. He dropped the title. He sacrificed the championship that he won because of it, and because he wanted to defend his friend's honor, and even though he was no longer with him, and it was like so. So they went to Drago's homeland of Russia to fight Rocky, and it'll be on Christmas Day, which is very, it's like it's like a recipe for disaster almost. You know what I mean? So watching that, and then Rocky ended up winning the end. He also won the hearts of the Russian fans. At that, it was really cool. It was a really cool moment at the end. So that's something to, like he won also the respect of the Russian fans, and that was even cooler, than ever before. So I think that was a cool scene about it. So yeah, number 9 will be Rocky 4. Another fourth member of the movie sequel, Police Academy 4, at number 8, Police Academy 4, Citizens on Patrol. Police Academy movies weren't even funny. Me and my best friend Stephen Horn usually watches them and all that good stuff. We were kids and we enjoyed the movie. But Police Academy 4 stood out because I like the theme song, Citizens on Patrol. Michael Winslow became popular during this series as well, and Leslie, even part 3 was even funny as well. But you think about Leslie Easterbrook, who was like, wowzer, it's like it had Brian Tochi as Nagata. That chemistry between the two of them was, romance, a little bit of romance, a little bit of comedy. And I remember it was funny. Police Academy 3, there was a scene where Jones is teaching everybody martial arts, how to defend yourself and all that. So, and then and Zed, Bobcat Goldthwait's character, Zed shoves Nakata in there. I said, "Hey, you should get in there and fight kung fu." And then, was it Jones? Jones was Nagata was facing Sergeant Chong, and and Nagata did some judo throws and all that, and and all that. And then Leslie Easterbrook's character, Sergeant Callahan, Debbie Callahan, came up to him and goes, "You got impressive moves for a cadet." He goes, and she's a little bit taller than Nagata. Nagata's like eye contact right in the, need I say more, right? And he goes, I'll explain. He goes, thank you. Is the mind being mightier than a bosom? I think he meant to say, and he botched it up, and he's like, and then she looks at interesting theory. She walks off, and he realizes he screwed up. And he looks at Jones and said, "I said bosom, not sword." And all of a sudden, Jones like, "Sounds like a common mistake. I didn't mean no disrespect." Did you see that? Wow, what a woman! And then she blows the whistle. Hit the showers. See what I mean? I was like, I'd be making that same mistake too if a beautiful woman with more curves than Kim Kardashian comes up to you and says she's impressed with your style, and you say something crazy like that, and you're like, "Wait a minute, that was not right. Hold up." That's what I would have said. Yeah, I think I may have botched it up there. So, any beautiful woman could make a guy botch. So, anyways, but Police Academy 4, they rekindled their relationship, which I think was hilarious at that point. Steve Guttenberg as Mahoney was pretty good. And I remember just, Captain Harris and Proctor screwed things up as always, suspending the GOP program and then finding out, because of a botched undercover sting operation. And then afterwards, all the prisoners escaped, and I was like, leave it to Harris and Proctor to screw everything up. it was good, and then at the end, all's well and ends well. Always the good guys always win, no matter what. So that's my favorite. Zed, Sweet Chuck, Tackleberry, the Tackleberries, the brother-in-law of the Tackleberries, the Kirkland. It was hilarious. It was totally hilarious. It was, so I liked it. So that's the thing. So I really liked Police Academy 4. So that was totally awesome. Number 7, Twins, with Danny DeVito, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Kelly Preston. Arnold Schwarzenegger was funny in that movie. He's talking about the crisis movement, the crisis situation, and it was, and the funny part is when he was singing Yakety Yak. In fact, I first watched this movie at a former youth leader's house, uh, Mark Everton. He used to go to my church. I don't know what he's doing now, or anything else like that. Um, so he invited, he said he invited his youth group because he was running the youth group for a bit at our church a long time ago. And so he got the movie on VHS. I said, I want to invite you guys to come over to a pizza party. I think it was all around Christmas time, so we were all watching. Twins, and me and my friend Jeff Oliveira, God rest his soul. Um, we're watching Twins, and that scene when Arnold Schwarzenegger was singing Yakety Yak, my friend Jeff started busting out laughing. He totally lost it. It was so funny. So, and then think what Kelly Preston's character Marnie made out with Arnold Schwarzenegger in a hotel room, and then at the end she's taking a smoke, and Arnold Schwarzenegger's like, I'm like, hey, yeah, every guy would feel that way too after a night of passion and love. So, but it was not only a comical, funny movie, but it was also heartwarming scenes in it and all that. So it was really, totally cool. So Twins is not number 7. Number 6, Transformers the movie, not the ones that Richard Bay is doing. You're talking about the animated version back in the day where Megatron becomes Galvatron, Optimus Prime dies, and Hot Rod takes over as Rodimus Prime with the new Matrix, and then the TV series, which I have, continues on. So it was really surreal seeing Transformers in the movie. You had Ultra Magnus. You had some of the stars voice some of the Transformers, which is really, really bizarre. I think Leonard Nimoy did voice a character. I know that fast-talking Micro Machines guy, John Machida, did Blur. I don't know who did Retgar. I know somebody did Retgar. Did voice. I think Robert Vaughn voiced Ultra Magnus, I believe. But be that as it may, it was a totally awesome moment. Totally cool movie. I have that movie on DVD. Ended up watching it. It was really cool. So So that is number 6. Number 5, The Princess Bride, starring Carrie Elwes, who became popular, Mandy Patinkin, Wallace Shawn, and the late great Andre the Giant. We know Peter Falk and Fred Savage were in the beginning of it, like grandfather and the grandson tell the story. But the characters, and with Robin Wright, who married Sean Penn afterwards, it was. And who else? Chris Sarandon, who played the prince, Prince Humperdinck, I think it was. And then you got Billy Crystal and Carol Kane as a Max the Miracle Worker and his wife, I believe. Have fun storming a castle. And then it's also starred the late great Andre the Giant as Fezzik. And I like the part where at the end he goes, "Oh, just make sure the lady's okay. Hi, lady." And then the famous line, my favorite line in the movie of The Princess Bride, by Mandy Patinkin. "Hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die." Best line ever. "Hello, my name is Eric Lima. Summer, you killed my summer coronavirus. Prepare to die." Something like that. It ain't the same, though. It was "Hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die." Love that movie. So, as I said, number 5. Number 4, Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Now, this is the first movie that mixed live action and cartoons in it. And as you know, what happened was there was an incident where, Marvin Acme, who is the mayor of Toontown, or something like that, got killed, and some people accused Roger Rabbit, and this Judge Doom had a way to finally kill Toons, because in cartoons they don't get killed; they just get bonked to the head, get up, see stars, and all that good stuff. And and that's probably the reason why people are having the issue with the new Looney Tunes characters coming out, Looney Tunes cartoons coming out with not having Elmer Fudd and Yosemite Sam having guns, and that was a huge issue. I know the gun violence has been very, very huge today, and it seems like to me, the Warner Brothers, HBO Max, and all that, they're saying no guns for Elmer Fudd and Yosemite Sam, even though back then the guns did not harm cartoon characters. But you know, a lot of people being snowflakes on they. Might I digress? Judge Doom found a chemical mix where he calls it a dip and meant to kill characters, and they're trying to find, Roger Rabbit's trying to be in hiding, and Eddie Valiant, who's a detective, trying to help out Roger, and trying to help out Roger, and then you got Roger's wife, Jessica Rabbit. Hello, that's all I'm going to say on Jessica Rabbit. I don't need to explain. Just watch the movie, you know what I mean. You're gonna be like, you'd be like, let's just say this: if I was only a cartoon character, I would trade places with Roger Rabbit. That's all I'm going to say on that matter. If I was a cartoon character, I would trade places with Roger Rabbit any day of the week. Just spend one night with Jessica Rabbit. That's all I'm going to say on that matter. That's all I'm going to say. You take it at face value. I don't care. All right. So, but it's a great movie overall, though. It's one of my favorites. One of my favorite 80s movies. Check it out. All right. Another, number 3, another of my favorites, Back to the Future. That's right, Michael J. Fox and his probably the biggest starring role that made him a household name in Hollywood. Leah Thompson, Tom F. Wilson, Christopher Lloyd as Doc Brown. You're talking about, for those who don't know, the scientist Dr. Emmett Brown invented a time machine to go back in time. Using a DeLorean, flux capacitor 1.21 gigawatts, some plutonium and everything else, and an encounter with the Libyan terrorists who were trying to possess the plutonium for themselves. It forced Marty McFly to go back in time in 1955, and he had to set things right in 1955 for him to exist in 1985. So he went 30 years back. So it was, he had to adapt to that time, which was even crazier enough. I wouldn't mind going back 30, 40 years ago to 1980 and adapt my time then. Sometimes, and I'll be honest with you, nowadays we all want to have a time machine to go back in time, especially what's been going on this year. I don't blame any of you who decided you want to go back in time. So I want to go back to simpler times and fun times. So what? Me too, but we can't, unfortunately. Unless we invent a way and find a way, ain't happening. So, but Back to the Future, good movie. Thomas F. Wilson played Biff. He played the part perfectly. My funny part is when you make like a tree and get out of here. That's my favorite line. So, Back to the Future is number 3. Number 2 of my personal top 10 favorite 80s movies, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Totally, dudes. We're totally rocking. That's what I like about Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, when they talk like totally two most triumphant dudes. And my favorite part is the scene where they went back in time in England and they were flirting with the English princesses at the time, and they were like, and I think they ran into their father, who was like, the head duke or something like that. Put them in the Iron Maiden. How's it going, you royal ugly dudes? I think it was the king or something like that. Put them in the Iron Maiden. Excellent. Yeah. Execute them. Bogus. And it was all craziness. There were 2 Valley boys who had been failing their history class, and they had to give a huge presentation, or they failed the class, and the 2 friends will have to split up, with Ted going to the military school by his father and whatnot. And it was so funny. So anyways, and there was supposed to be a 3rd movie coming out this August. I think they already finished filming it, but with everything, but who knows? With everything getting back open, we'll find out for sure. So we'll see what happens there. So I'm looking forward to seeing the third movie, but Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, man. One of my favorite 80s movies. But speaking of number one, the number one my personal top 10 favorite 80s movies, Short Circuit. A lot of morals go into this movie, but not only that, it was a lot of fun movie to watch. Steve Guttenberg, Ali Sheedy, Fisher Stevens. You know, it was like I never thought he'd be playing an Indian guy, you know. Oh, yeah, honey, what's for the dinner? Pets are blazing for you, Newton Crosby. As far as Ben in there. But the star of the show is got to be the robot Johnny Five, man. Number 5. He was hilarious, you know. Hey, laser lips, your mama was a snowblower. And he reprogrammed the 3 robots to become the 3 Stooges. G.W. Bailey as Schroeder. Schroeder was hilarious, and just I was like, it reminds me a lot of Captain Harris when he as in the Police Academy. It was really cool. So, but you know, Ali Sheedy helped number 5 adapt, you know, of input. Oh, the funniest part is when Ali Sheedy's character Stephanie was taking a bubble bath, and number 5 came in and popped up, and she goes, nice. She goes, nice software. I'm like, boy, you know how to flirt with women there, number 5. Wow. He's quite the charmer, number 5 was. But I'll tell you one thing, but my favorite line in that movie, hey, lazy lips, your mama was a snowblower. But if you see Short Circuit 2, is one of my favorites when they invented ways to fight the criminals and until everything got caught up on them when he got duped and all that. And but you know, Short Circuit is my number 1 favorite. Top 10 personal favorite 80s movies. So here they are, and that's you know, what is your personal top 10 favorite 80s movies, or do you have a favorite 80s movie that sticks out in your mind? That's another thing too that I like. So totally cool, totally awesome. So that is it. My personal top 10 favorite 80s movies. All right. All right, and that's all the time we have on the show. Episode 679 is complete. I will get 680 going, and I'll see you then, and I will see you then. Episode 680. I'm going to try to do a lot of videos as I can here this week before I head back to work on Friday, which is probably about time too. So getting back to the grind on Friday, even though it's the weekend, first weekend back. We'll see what happens and see if there's any. I expect a lot of changes happening at the mall, obviously. So that's something to consider. All right. I'll see you guys later. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you episode 680.